Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pink Shade. It's a Monday. It is Mugshot Monday. Keisha, look here. I got
And
some
those
new.
are for sale on the website.
They are. I got some new ones. I'm going to send you one and I'm going to alert you that it's coming so that you don't throw it away like you did last time.
Okay, so hold on. Let's not act like Dave did not throw away the little scrub mama sticker too.
No,
You just
they're still in the kitchen. By the way, it's no longer on my phone. It's no longer on my phone. I took the note and I took it off my phone. I don't know what I did with it though. I
There
thought
you go.
I stuck it on the other computer. So I did that and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right. So
So,
this episode, I didn't pre-watch it or anything. I watched it like kind of when it was on, and then I watched it again
okay.
last night. It's real
Okay.
boring. The episode's real boring.
They gave us this huge buildup, like
Yeah.
the biggest.
Scam ever. What
Like
was
we
it?
didn't kind of already figure out what it was in a way.
Is the
It just
biggest scam
wasn't
ever that Kaylee was lying about she and Hunter breaking up? Was that the
for like
scam?
4 weeks. I don't know that. I have no idea.
Is that what was supposed to just blow our minds? It
Well,
didn't.
it didn't.
It
It
didn't.
it, it, it
So,
failed. Yeah.
Matt Sharp, we're never going to believe anything you tell us ever again.
I mean, the man can't get the episode numbers correctly, so sometimes maybe we expect too much out of him because.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I was upset.
Hmm.
I was upset. But yeah, I guess we'll just get started and we'll just
Get
talk as
on
we
in there.
go. And if we have any Facebook news from that Love After Lockup Unfiltered Facebook group,
Yes.
chime in with it because I've seen some stuff, but you never know what's what. And I haven't seen old Jakima weighing in after this episode either. So,
No, I think someone said that they saw her at a restaurant and kind of went and talked to her.
oh,
And
really?
they said she's totally delusional. She was all taken up for Donnie, Donnie this, Donnie that, Donnie that. Girl, you cannot talk to me and take up for a man who is behind bars. Okay? You just
Wow.
cannot. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but no, I think they tore into her ass so bad when she came in there, like, trying to throw hands, the keyboard hands. And girl,
Yeah.
you came to the wrong group with that because these bitches are savage in this group. They do not care. And actually, someone actually put, we care about the people on the show, not the actual cast. Once the show is over, we don't give a fuck about y'all. I'm like, you know what? That's
That's a pretty
kind
good
of
point.
true. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, next week we've got crime stories, and that runs
Mm-hmm.
for about a month. And then we're going into Love After Lockup, and we will have Bradley and Savannah on there. But according to Bradley's sister, Savannah's ex best friend, she's, taking 400 Adderall a day or whatever the hell she said. But
Yeah.
so then I went and peeped at her mom's Facebook profile, and
Okay.
the profile picture is of the mom and the daughter, and it was from like January 27th. So just like a few days ago.
I mean, this is also the same sister who Bradley said he wants absolutely nothing to do with because she's psycho.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's funny how she didn't start saying all these things until her episode came on. And
Yeah.
she realized how much of a fucking crackhead she looked like,
Yeah. Yeah.
with her eyebrows and her thin skinned forehead. And, and she just looked
Yes.
kind of crazy. And then she heard her brother talking shit and, Shelby talking shit. So what do? You go straight to Facebook and start just, who knows if it's true or not?
And by
We have no
Shelby,
idea.
do you mean Savannah?
I said Shelby.
You did. You said Shelby.
Shelby, Savannah, it's the same thing in the South. It is literally just
It's
the
all
same.
Southern.
It's the same thing. It's all Southern. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna bank on whatever Anissa says.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, maybe it's true, but we'll find out.
Maybe.
All right. Well, we'll start with Sam and Crystal. Again, another nothing burger ending.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam says, we opened up with him saying he's super upset. He's never gone so long without talking to Crystal. But last time we saw them, she literally was like we're broken up, never speak to me again. And they're married.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so finally she calls. He's sitting on the porch and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she says, "I'm just super stressed out, Sam. I just keep waiting to hear my name called and waiting to get a pass to see parole." And she says, "But I want you to know I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I just needed some time to myself. I was so upset. That particular day was so important to me. This was the day we've been working towards October, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was exactly 50% through with my sentence. And so
Mm-hmm.
that day I was officially eligible for parole. You didn't come to visit me on that day. And
It wasn't the day you got out. It
no,
like I
right.
get to her, it's this special day, but nothing new was going to happen. Like there is still
It
a
still
waiting
hasn't.
process.
It still
Still,
hasn't happened.
yeah. She's an asshole to him.
Yeah.
Eh, period. Just there's
Period.
the period. There's the
Yeah.
dot.
Period. And she says, now I'm waiting on a parole date. And, it's not even going to be told to me when I'm going to get a parole hearing date, much less a
Mm-hmm.
parole date. And I have to explain, I have to explain myself why they should let me out and not sit here for 7 more years. Now, I would think once you hit that 50% and you get a parole board hearing, if you don't get it that time, I would imagine somebody will tell me that the next year you could do it again. Like you have to probably do half your sentence. And then from that point, you can start going before the parole board every year.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't imagine it's at the 50% mark and then at the 100% mark.
Yeah, I assumed when you were eligible for parole, they just the next day maybe gave you the date so you can
Yeah.
kind of get ready to face the parole board.
Yeah.
But apparently that is not what happens right here.
No,
So
you got to wait to get that date. And then if they come back and deny it, then I have to imagine that the next year you can do it again.
I guess so.
Yeah. So I don't think it's just like at this mark and at this mark and that's it.
Right. Right.
So he apologizes a few times, for
Mm-hmm.
not
Going to work,
going
being
to work
attentive,
and
taking
paying.
care of her
Right.
horny grandmother, like doing all these great things. And he's apologizing to her. I was just like, you know what? He deserves her at this
Again,
point.
we saw a lot of the inside of Rita's house on these flashbacks. And again,
Mm-hmm.
no one lives in that house. It is an Airbnb.
Okay.
There is not one personal item in that home. Not one.
No.
So she says, "Listen, I love you and I need you and I need your support." And he goes, I need you too. He says, "Now, what's up with Brittany?" That's, remember, the ex that's come
Mm-hmm.
back to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Don't take it personal. Seriously, she's been back here a few weeks. It's all in the past. I'm not hooking up with her. Other than hugging you in visitation, I haven't had physical contact in a long time." And
No one believes that.
he takes that at face value. And he
Yeah.
says, "Great." And he says, "I'm here for you no matter what, even if it's till 2031, because even if you get out in 7 more years, then you won't even be parole and we can just live, crazy." What?
You're living crazy right now with all the things that you're saying and you're doing. Like, she's like, I miss you. Like, no, she ran out of money and she can't like binge watch a Netflix show.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
that's what she missed about you. And Riri said that she needed to be taken out on Sunday for a barbecue sandwich. Like,
Right.
that is all she misses. That,
Yeah.
like, she does not miss. I don't even know that she likes him. She doesn't act like it.
Yeah. It's a phone relationship.
I think
sure,
so
for
too.
sure.
They're not going to get along in the real world.
I don't think so. He's going to get sick of her want pretty quick. Yeah. So Sam says, "We have a partnership and I feel that there has to be sacrifice for love. And this is my sacrifice." Okay. Well, so the talking head, she says, "Yeah, Sam is my soulmate for sure. And life is precious. And I just need to get out of here so I can be there for him in the real world and for Rita. I don't want to be a number anymore. I'm still entitled to love. I'm still a human being." Now we can agree with that, but
I agree with that.
we don't.
But I have yet to hear her say anything like, and I am so horribly sorry for grabbing that butcher knife that one day and slicing that guy on the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But she's very self-centered.
Yeah. And there's lots and lots of back and forth on the groups about the phone saying Kaylee and her name is Crystal. But
yeah,
it's just because people are like, okay, well, if you look at her rap sheet, whatever, her name is Crystal Lee, whatever. So
Okay.
Crystal Lee, so
So
K Lee.
Kaylee. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
somewhere along
Yeah.
the line, he put it in like
Became a
that,
nickname.
and he
Maybe
just
that's just her nickname.
it could be. Maybe that's what all
Maybe.
of their
You never know.
her girlfriends call her in there. We don't know.
Maybe that, yeah, yeah. You never know.
Never know. Let's talk about peptides for a minute. If you're like me, you see the word peptide everywhere on all your products. But just because something says peptide on the label doesn't mean it's actually doing anything for you. And that's where OneSkin's OS1 peptide is different. Some peptides just sit on the top of the skin, but OS1 goes deeper. It's scientifically formulated to penetrate the cells within skin's deeper layers, improving key skin health markers like collagen production, hydration, and skin barrier function. And not only that, OS1 is proven to remain stable from the lab to your countertop. So if you're not getting results from your peptide, it might be time to take a closer look. All of OneSkin's topical supplements are backed by lab and clinical studies. You guys know I've been using OneSkin's face topical supplement for months. You guys, my skin looks great. It is completely working for me. I need anything I can these days to help with the collagen production, and this is really working for me. OneSkin was founded in 2016 by an all-woman team of scientists with PhDs in skin regeneration, stem cell biology, immunology, and bioinformatics. You guys, this is a bunch of smart ladies. Like I said, founded and led by an all-woman team of skin longevity scientists and experts, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with the proprietary OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code PINKSHADE at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code PINKSHADE. After you purchase, they'll say, "Where did you hear about us?" Please say Pink Shade. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in your health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. Okay, let's move on to Jakima and Donnie. Now, this was something.
Mm-hmm.
Jakima tells us that she's all over the place since finding out he's not getting out anytime soon. And she wishes that she had family there. So she calls her dad. And her dad goes, "How's Donnie?" And she goes, "Oh, he's okay." He goes, he's still doing okay in the military?" And she goes, "Dad, okay, Dad, he's in prison." And Dad says, "Jesus Christ, what for?"
Him and his whole top row of no teeth.
I don't think
Here we go again.
I don't think
You don't think he had bottom teeth either?
No, mm-mm.
Oh,
They were all gone.
God bless.
But he was good comic relief.
Yeah, he really, really was. Yeah.
He was. And she says, "Drugs and trafficking." And he says, "Well, you lied to me. And you should know better than that." And she goes, "Yeah, Dad, he was supposed to be getting out in 6 months, but now it's going to be 20 months. And he's been in the hole, but he, whatever it was, he didn't do it." Dad goes, 20 months? That's damn near 2 years. What did he do to get in the hole? Poor Dad has just found out not only is this guy not like a naval ship officer, but he's in prison, and now he's in the hole, and he's going to be in 20 more months instead of 6. He's got a lot of questions.
And he's got a lot of catching up to do, like really, really quickly. And he's still confused. Like, damn, I forgot to put my dentures in. And now that the camera's here and I got to do this, and that. That's a lot. She should have one day told him one thing, the next day told him another, just to let him kind of process it all, because that's a lot. I'm sure he wants to beat the shit out of her a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like, "What?
This man's stupid."
And she goes, "Well, they say he was procuring drugs in the facility. And then, of course, my name was on it because they said I was receiving that money from the Cash App." Dad goes, "Okay, so he's not a naval officer."
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, and he's in prison. Okay, and so now he's got more stuff added on to prison, had to move prisons, and he put your name into it? Huh? So Dad goes, "Listen, don't get wrapped up in any of this because you don't know what kind of people he's associated with."
No, none at all. And she's got no family there. What if something pops off? Some drug dealer comes banging on her door.
Yeah.
What is she going to do? Give him a bad wig? She needs to give him that braid wig. here you go. This all I got.
That braid
This
wig
is all.
has done its time and it needs to be
It that it,
retired.
yes, and
Yes.
I'm so glad has not made a return in
No,
a few
I'm glad
weeks.
she was with the like the orange
The
one.
orange,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't handle that kind of.
Yeah, because she is really pretty. Like really
She's
pretty.
so cute,
Yeah.
but then you look at her social media, and she's one of those people that looks so cute, natural.
Yeah.
But when they start putting makeup on, well, never mind. It's because she had the tarantula size eyelashes on, and she
Yeah.
got these little bitty eyes, and she clearly just doesn't know how to do her makeup, and it took
Yeah.
away from her so much. But when she's just barefaced, oh, she's so cute.
She's really, really cute, I think.
Yeah.
Um, so dad says, all right, now you just come on back to Texas now. You know, I got my grandsons to
Yeah.
worry about. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. So, in her talking head, she says, and the move out to Ohio was hard because nobody in Ohio has my back. And it's hard for my dad. And she kind of tears up and she says, because my brother was killed. He was shot in the chest sitting in his car, and the bullet went through his chest 7 times.
Yeah, I got my calculator out, and I
Uh-huh.
said 7 minus 1. No, no. Then I did 1 plus 7. No, that didn't work. I said 7 divided by 1. That did. The math just kept not mathing at all.
But that is what she said, right?
That is what she said.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, now.
It was a moment that we should have all been like really, really sad. But then she threw us way off.
I didn't.
I know.
I didn't understand it. Okay. So
I don't know if he got shot 7 times and it went through his chest.
But he didn't go in once and turn back around 6 more times.
You know, I watch a lot of John Wick movies. Now, he can do that. John Wick can make a bullet do that.
Okay.
I don't think this was the case right here. I think she flubbed her words.
He got shot 7 times in the chest.
I think he got shot 7 times, and one of them went through his chest, and maybe that's the bullet that killed him. Can we just please go with that so we can just get past Jakima's?
Well, I was hoping somebody in that Facebook group would have looked it up and figured it out, but
we're all still scratching our heads.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But maybe if somebody asked her, but if she just wouldn't like pop off like a keyboard warrior, if she would just like actually write a calm answer, that'd be good.
She wouldn't.
So she said, right before that, she had called him and told him that she was in an abusive relationship. And he said he was coming to Texas to help her. So we don't know where he lived. He was coming to Texas to help her. And, you know, he was killed before that. And it's still an open case. They don't know who did it. And she says she really hopes that he knows wherever he is that she made it. Like she's doing all right. I mean,
you're doing better than the abusive boyfriend, most definitely. Now you stepped in a whole nother pile of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So now Jakima, she's at the park with her kids and they're playing. And then she says, twins. Hey, twins. Do you think they want to look around and be like, we have names. We are not Siamese twins. We are not one person.
I think they're so used to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even faze them anymore.
Do people still say Siamese twins to mean conjoined twins? Or was that just something I just said that's going to get me canceled?
It is, yes, much older people do still say that.
All right. Well,
we don't say that. We say conjoined
twins. Okay. But that did used to mean conjoined twins.
Oh, most definitely. Yes, it did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I apologize to the conjoined twins community if I just said something wrong. I don't think any of them are listening, but I do apologize.
I was about to say, I've seen many pictures in your Facebook groups, and I don't think any conjoined twins are listening.
I know. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
If they are, Mary Payne would love to interview you because that's
my God,
entertaining. Like I have so many questions. Like, can you ask them this? Can you ask?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting. So we went way off script there.
Okay. All right. So Donnie calls and says, you know, Donnie calls and she says, we, meaning her and the kid, twins, we are stuck here another 20 months. You know, my kids miss their cousins in Texas and now I'm here and I can't even come see you anymore.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I don't know. Again, I didn't do anything wrong. on the recorded line. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't leave. I really don't want to do my life without you. And in the talking end, he goes, yeah, if she moved back to Texas, I would feel abandoned. I would understand it, but I would feel abandoned.
Like, that is so selfish of him.
I know.
Like, they both are kind of selfish because she asked those sweet little boys, King and Legend,
Mm-hmm.
did they like it there? They're like, no,
We hate it.
no,
We hate it
we
here.
hate it here. Like, I would have packed my bag so quickly.
Yeah.
To go back to Texas. And then now he's saying that it would make me question this. Boy, you are in prison. Like, you should
for
be
2 more years.
For 2 more years. Y'all can only communicate via phone right now. So what, it makes a difference if she's calling from Dallas?
Right. I agree. So he says, look, you're going to have to write the warden and explain, why you need to be back on the visitation. And you have to say, that I didn't do anything wrong, as far as you know. I didn't do anything wrong. And you didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And he says, please stay in Ohio. And he says, I've never loved anybody like I loved you. It's real. It comes from my heart. I will beg for you any day. And she goes, okay, I love you. I care about you. Hopefully we'll figure something out. Bye. Hangs up. All right.
Well, she loves that ant. She just really loves that little ant man. She really does.
He does look like an ant. So,
yes,
so now she goes to visit her dad in Texas. So she's making him a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I had to just take a minute to acknowledge what we're all thinking. All right.
And that's the fucked up thing about it. There was no words exchanged. We just all laughed.
All right. So she's making him a sandwich. And she is telling her dad, he's like, you need to come back to Texas. Like, this is ridiculous, because she's visiting him. And she goes, well, I need to be in Ohio for like when I get back on the visitation list. I've sent a letter to the warden. I'm asking. And she goes, oh, Donnie. Oh, my man, Donnie is calling. So I don't know if this is the first time he met the dad.
I think so.
But that's what we're led to believe, because she turns the phone around and, he says, I love Jakima. She's my girl. And I just want to ask you, Dad, just now that I just met you 4 minutes ago, I want to ask you for her hand in marriage. She's like, what? So she like drops the phone, and Dad says, I don't know about this. Like, I need to know that you're going to take care of my daughter. And the whole time, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And you take care of my daughter, and I don't want no bullshit. Don't get in no more trouble. So you can get out of there. And I don't want my daughter wrapped up in any of these transactions. And he goes, oh, yes, sir. I respect her. I would never wrap her up in any transactions. Never.
More than I already have.
And he says, you have my blessing. Have a good day. And that's it.
I feel like there should have been a lot more protests about this engagement from the dad. Like,
yeah, because he was like, he goes, if something kicks off in Ohio, I don't have the money to fly out there and help you.
Yeah, Jakima must really get on her dad's nerves, because the way he just easily just said, okay, cool, she's yours. And he's probably up to say, that boy looked like an ant a little bit. Like, it was just, it was nothing. It was weird. No, it just was. Yeah.
But the dad was like, I really don't like them being there, because like I used to be able to see my grandkids every day, and now I can't. It seems like he would have been like, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I'll give you the hand in marriage if she comes back here for those 2 years while we're waiting on your ass.
There was nothing. I maybe this visit, the twins got on his nerves a lot. I don't know, but it was a quick handoff right there.
It was a quick handoff.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I thought you were so upset, Daddy, but guess not.
Funny, quick handoff. Like pass the baton, pass the
Jakima.
Yeah, Let's talk about peptides for a minute. If you're like me, you see the word peptide everywhere on all your products. But just because something says peptide on the label doesn't mean it's actually doing anything for you. And that's where OneSkin's OS1 peptide is different. Some peptides just sit on the top of the skin, but OS1 goes deeper. It's scientifically formulated to penetrate the cells within skin's deeper layers, improving key skin health markers like collagen production, hydration, and skin barrier function. And not only that, OS1 is proven to remain stable from the lab to your countertop. So if you're not getting results from your peptide, it might be time to take a closer look. All of OneSkin's topical supplements are backed by lab and clinical studies. You guys know I've been using OneSkin's face topical supplement for months. You guys, my skin looks great. It is completely working for me. I need anything I can these days to help with the collagen production, and this is really working for me. OneSkin was founded in 2016 by an all-woman team of scientists with PhDs in skin regeneration, stem cell biology, immunology, and bioinformatics. You guys, this is a bunch of smart ladies. Like I said, founded and led by an all-woman team of skin longevity scientists and experts, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with the proprietary OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code PINKSHADE at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code PINKSHADE. After you purchase, they'll say, "Where did you hear about us?" Please say Pink Shade. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in your health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. All right, let's go to Savannah and Bradley.
Shelby and Bradley.
Shelby and Bradley. Savannah is leaving to go get Bradley. Literally, this was 10 minutes of nothing.
Yeah, it
Nothing.
was. Yeah.
She's leaving to go get him. She cries in the car, talking about how great it's going to be on the same side of this fence. And then, I don't know if this happened to you. So I was watching it on my TV live, like I said, and then I watched it again later to take the notes. So it was on my DVR, okay?
Okay.
It was on my DVR. And when I was watching it, while it was happening, there was a whole glitch where it went between when she was driving in the car to when she was on the phone in the hotel room. I was like, wait, how?
I didn't notice a glitch.
Okay. So then I went over, I paused it. I did it again to make sure, whatever, it still glitched. I was like, okay, well, I missed something. Did they cut it? Like, did something crazy happen? No. Went over to my screener. It was literally just her walking into the hotel and be like, "I'm going to call my mom."
Huh?
That was weird. It's like, why did they glitch that part?
I keep telling you, Matt Sharp was like, if these same people are stupid enough to keep watching the same stupid shit, just throw the shit at them. They're still gonna fucking watch it. Just throw it at them. Throw the fuck you want.
Only me did I go over and check a second source to make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss anything. She was just calling her mom. So when she's in the car, she's like, tearing up, talking about how great it's going to be to see him. She gets to the hotel, calls her mom, and her mom's like, "Okay, well, I hope you're sure about this and everything." She goes, "I feel really confident he's going to do great when he gets out and all that." Well, right when you say that, we got to flip to a scene of talking to Bradley. Now,
of course,
they keep showing one of the worst mug shots we've ever seen.
I know. It's
wow.
So bad. Like, it literally looked like he had his head down sniffing a line of coke when they picked him up and said, "Look at the camera." Like, it was so bad. Like,
yes,
what was going on here? Like, it's all, and he's a cute guy, but that was just a bad, awful mugshot.
Well, he had like the Abe Lincoln, right? He had the no mustache, but all beard, and looked like he stuck his finger in a socket or like run his head through the grass or something. It's crazy.
It was bad.
So, all right. So he says, "Look, I used to sell a lot of weed, like $50,000, $100,000 worth of weed. And, look, huh?
I said, shit.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of weed.
And it's legal in Virginia. Medically, we have dispensaries and stuff.
Okay.
So it's not the same problem for him that it used to be. But because he is trying to deal in volume, he says, look, if the opportunity presented itself and one of my close friends was like, "Hey, I need a couple of units for X amount at 10K, 20K, why would I not?"
Why would you say that?
What? You are in jail for this, saying, "Yes, I would do it again."
So he's going to be on probation like Puppy and Amber for like 67 years
Yeah.
just because he said that so they could keep tabs on him.
This was
That
so
was so
stupid.
dumb. Yeah.
And he goes, but like I wouldn't let it impact my life in a negative way. I mean, I wouldn't like put myself at risk. Okay,
Like
bro,
you already did, and that's why you're in this
in jail.
Make it make sense, Mayor Payne.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if she is watching this and assuming everything that we're seeing is take at face
Mm-hmm.
value, that she is watching this and like, are you
The
stupid?
fuck is wrong with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Okay.
boy.
So she is getting ready to go get him. She says she has constant butterflies. Today's the day. She's just giddy. She's so excited. And then she cries again. And she
Mm-hmm.
says, today's the day I get to get him. And I get to go to that prison and leave with him instead of leaving him there. Like I just can't.
You would have sworn that she had just had a baby, a preemie, and she had to leave the hospital and leave the baby there.
Yeah.
That is how she's acting. I'm like, it is just your drug dealer boyfriend who's
I
probably
mean,
going to end up right back there based on what we just heard.
yeah. And according to Alyssa, it wasn't her best friend on the outside that Bradley was dating her friend. And that's how she met him.
Yes, she said that he was not her drug dealer. It was her ex best friend's fiance. She
Uh-huh.
went over to have a threesome and then she stole Bradley away.
Right. And so that must be the
Mm-hmm.
long-term girlfriend he's referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I like that love story. Look at that.
I wish we would have heard more of that.
Yeah, we went over to have
Like,
a threesome. Yeah, I'd like to hear that
yeah,
story.
we like to hear about that kind of stuff. That's juicy.
So she calls and is like, bitch, I'm outside. Woo! And then we get a solid 10 minutes of her standing there saying he said he'd be out between 8 and 9, but now it's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who cares? And talking head, he says he's really happy to hang out with her, see her, spend life with her, whatever. He wants to wake up and see her pretty face every day. And then she waits for a long time and then he comes out. And I was like, this was not a good episode. Okay. And it's hard for me to say that because I like everything.
Yeah, it was a nothing burger.
Totally boring.
It really was. Yeah. I'm bored. I don't even think we're gonna be making an hour talking about it.
I know. I'm like trying to stretch this shit out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Tia and Rob. Okay. So in just a minute, I'm going to play a clip for you.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me what the fuck this guy is saying. Because I don't know if he took some speed when he was out with his sister, but not one word he was saying was making sense. And the second time I watched it, I was like, did he swallow a mouthful of marbles or do just a little bit of speed while he was out? Because he's like, what you going to do? I'll tell you that. What? What'd you just say?
Shit. Okay, yeah, I can't wait to hear this.
And I recorded mini clips off my TV and I'm going to save the best one. Okay. So he's mumbling. So he walks back into the hotel room. And this also was cut so weird. And it is just like what you say. We just take what they give us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we take it.
So he walks back into the hotel room with Keisha. He's been shopping. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't get any information about how his probation meeting went.
Nothing. We're just going to assume that he is going to Brooklyn.
And everything's fine. Mm-hmm. So he walks back in the hotel room with Keisha and he's been shopping. So he's got some bags. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden Toya is there, her cousin, Keisha's wife, who she just shows up. They look at the shoes, they look at the clothes, and then weirdly, as if something happened that we didn't see, Toya goes, well, on that note, on what note?
Yeah.
What note?
Yeah.
He was just showing his clothes.
I think something else happened.
She goes, well, like it's very awkward. She goes, on that note.
Yeah. Like there was some tension in there.
I'm going to take Nyla and go to Long Island. Where did Nyla come from? Did she go shopping?
She's been here the whole time.
But she wasn't.
Oh yeah, she wasn't, and they didn't show her in the room with her mom.
No, because she was in the room. Remember, she was down at that breakfast by herself when he
that
called.
Poor baby like, she's walking around that hotel saying, "When are we getting to Disneyland? Like, I was promised some Mickey Mouse here. Like, what's going on?" Yeah.
So Toya says, "I'm going to take Nyla back with me to Long Island," and they leave. But none of this made sense. So the talking head, she's like, I've been waiting on him to come back for 4 or 5 hours. And so now I'm glad like we're finally alone. So he changes clothes and he says, we're going to go see Harlem, the greatest city in the world. You're going to get to see where I grew up. And he's like, I'm so excited to see my people. This is what I had to watch it 3 times to understand what he
Okay.
was saying. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's
Uh-huh.
so she says, well, I just wanted the 2 of us to do something like together. And she goes like, I booked this hotel for us. It's our last night together. And he goes, what's the problem? You're still going to have your time. And this is when I didn't understand what he was saying. I had to watch it 6 times. Okay. Here's the
Okay.
clip. Okay. Here you go.
We gonna do all that, man. You worry about that later, man. We ain't doing none of that right now, right? We can do, man. I got people to see, places to go. So, unless we talking right now, that lovey-dovey cuddled up, you're gonna have time to do that another time, bro. Like,
so you would have stepped into new outfits and go see other people?
oh yeah, I'm saying that's what we need to do. So what's the issue? Like, I don't understand why that'd be a problem. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, what's going on? I'm saying, what's going on? What's the issue?
And I didn't understand her either.
So
she was like,
bad? So is it bad that I totally understood everything that he said?
I understood what's the problem.
He was like, we're going to Harlem. We got plenty enough time for that. What is the big deal? You're coming with me. I'm not going anywhere for a long time. And he says, you're gonna have to hold up on all that lovey-dovey shit. And what did I forget what she said, but I understood what she said.
They both took some speed because I couldn't understand her either. And when I tell you I watched it the first time, I was like, well, maybe I'm just tired. And then when I watched it to take notes, I go, no, I still can't understand what the hell he's saying.
Yeah, because when you said that, I was like, I don't remember there being a part where I couldn't understand what they said, but then I was like, I did take like half an edible, so yeah. I don't really know. But maybe that's what they had done too. But I totally understood him though. But it was some mumble, like cotton mouth in there, just like mumble mouth.
But his personality seemed to change so drastically. This seemed to be a completely different person to me.
I think because he has spent 2 days with Tia. And she has worn his poor nerves. I mean, she's super clingy. She doesn't have much of a personality at all. And she's just kind of like a Debbie Downer about every single thing. And I think he was excited because he's like, oh, I'm going to take her home. Going to meet up with my friends. I'm going to have my girl. We're going to do this, this, and that. And she's like, I want to stay here in a hotel and be booed up.
Yeah. All right.
It was like a teenager who had plans to go out and his mom's like, you got to stay home and clean your room. And he starts mumbling back to her. So this is kind of what
I guess.
Like. Yeah.
So she's like, I'm doing all of this for you. And, you're worried about everybody else when none of those people were worried about you. And he goes, okay. He said, you know what? I never viewed it that way. That's a valid point. And he comes up and is trying to he's like, I hear you. That's a valid point. And he's trying to like touch her. And she goes, I don't want you to touch me right now. And he goes, all right. He goes, I'm just saying we're going to be together a long time. And she goes, I don't even know where you're staying. I haven't even met this bitch. And he goes, but you're going to. You're going to meet her. And he says, you turned chilling into a situation with Evelyn. And now you're all over the place.
She is. He's right.
And he says, you don't even have faith and trust in your man. And she goes, I've never spoken to this girl. I don't know who she is. And then she goes, she's probably your main bitch, right?
That's where she went wrong.
And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Main bitch, what are you talking about? And he goes, I just need a minute. So she goes, why are you going in there? And he goes into the bedroom and he goes, I need a minute away from you. You too, motherfucker. And puts his hand in the cameraman.
Yeah. She totally fucked up when she said the main chick thing because he's thinking this bitch is really crazy. You know what I mean? And she's like, I want to spend time with you. Then go out with him. It's not like all these other guys who they go home, they fuck you, they leave in the middle of the night, take their cell phone, turn off the cell phone, and they're at some other bitch's house. You don't hear from him for 13 days. You're having to go here, there, call up his family, all his friends looking for him. Like, this is a totally different. He wants you to come.
Right.
Probably
he wants you to meet his people. Yeah.
But,
yeah. So, she was like, I just don't know anything, like an address or anything. And he goes, I'll prove it to you. Let me get my phone. But then he just goes out to the balcony and assaults a chair. And he says, she just doesn't understand. I did a decade in prison and I don't want to feel like I'm in a cage. And this is how she's acting when we're together. How's it going to be like when we're apart?
Yep.
So now she's in the room folding clothes And at first I was like, oh, she's packing, but no, she was packing his shit. Because she was getting,
I
because
didn't
he had
even
put,
peep that part,
yeah,
that
because
she
she
was
was,
packing his stuff.
yeah, because she opened the drawers and those shoe boxes and those clothes that he had got were, and she was putting it in the hall. So she's kind of
Mm-mm-mm.
mumbling to herself, like things are better before. I didn't have any of these problems. I don't know how to
Right.
deal with this shit. She's mumbling to
Yeah.
herself. And then we see her in the hall and she's crying and she's like, I thought he was different, but he's not. I do all this stuff for you and I'm still doing stuff for you. And the one time I ask you to stay home, you can't do it.
Well, he stayed home the night before.
You've been together 24 hours.
2 days.
What
Yeah.
do you mean? And the one time I asked you to stay home in 6 years, it's been 24 hours.
She showed her crazy card way too quick. It's like, girl, you're supposed to get him back home and then show you're crazy. And she can't say that he's trying to cheat on her because he did say, I will come and live with you.
Yeah, I want to come and live with you.
I want to come live with you. Yeah, he changed his whole thing. He changed his mind, and that's your friend, Tia.
She says, I'm hurt because I thought better of this man. I just feel disappointed in myself. And then she's putting his stuff into the hall. Okay. And he's still mumbling, but I think what he's saying is, can we just talk? And then he says, look, I'm going to dismiss myself, but I want you to know I love you and I appreciate what you're doing. And then he walks out with like a mesh laundry bag full of his stuff, but then he's got to get more stuff out of the hall because she's put it all in the hall.
Yeah. And I kept thinking, is that the mesh laundry bag that's supposed to stay in the hotel closet? I mean, usually they're black. I'm like, maybe that's like a spicy little hotel. They give you yellow mesh bags instead.
I don't think so. Because usually hotels, they give you like a plastic bag, you know, if you got to do laundry.
Oh, but I feel like I've seen a mesh bag before. Maybe I'm completely.
I think that's his prison laundry bag.
His bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his suitcase from prison.
That's his suitcase. Okay.
So in the talking head in the hallway again, she's like, I can't cry over another man. It makes me too angry and too upset to think he's playing with me. I'm not doing it. And then she cries and then she assaults a wall phone.
Yeah, there was a lot of like all of the things in the hotel, the furniture and things are going to need a therapy session after this because they don't know where things went wrong. They just started getting beat up on. The poor chairs on the balcony. It's like, I saw this bitch's titties and thighs yesterday. Today her man comes in and throws me across because I saw her titties and thighs, I guess. And the hotel, I was like, I'm just here for everyone's convenience. If someone needs me, I'm just here. You know, it was a lot. But she did go online and say that man did not hit at her.
Oh, she said that man did not hit at her?
Yeah, he did not hit at her.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
That's good to know. But I've never heard of somebody being hit it. But, you know, I've heard I hit that, or, hey, you going to hit that, or hit it, not hit it, as in like hit. It's like HITTED. I don't know if that's a real word or not. I feel like it could be a real word. I mean, I read it so many times, I feel like it's a real word now, but there was no physical violence. He did not HIT her.
Okay, I'm looking.
That's what she wanted to say.
Okay.
But she said, that man did not hit at me.
Is hit it a word? No, hit it is not a word. The correct past tense of hit is hit. So
that's what I've always thought. But sometimes these people on these shows, they will make you think that you're stupid.
Right. You'll read it enough. You'll be like, maybe that is how you say that.
That is right. I'm like, maybe I just didn't know that, but he didn't hit it. He did it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that he didn't hit or hit at her.
Yeah, that is good news.
In the talking head, he mumbles something about feeling like he's in prison, but he loves her, and these are things they can work on. She throws herself dramatically onto the bed and cries and says, I always fuck everything up.
Well, at least her double wide titties were there to catch her tears.
Okay. All right. Kate and Hunter and Kaylee. This is supposed to be the biggest thing ever in the history of our show. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and the biggest thing ever still hasn't happened. Okay.
No.
So we open with at the beauty shop, right? Kaylee's just throwing her phone. She's all mad at Hunter, who has told her they're breaking up. Nick, the hairdresser. I've decided that Nick had cheek implants, and that's why his face.
You think?
Yeah.
You really?
Yeah.
You didn't get that for the first time you saw him?
I was just thinking maybe he had like too much Botox, but then I'm like, no, that's an implant on those cheekbones.
He went and took a picture of Todd Chrisley and said, "Make me look like this." That is what he did.
Oh, I can't wait to see Todd Chrisley when he comes out of jail. Oh, what's he going to look like?
Oh, I know.
What's he going to look like?
Totally different. He going to look like Nanny Faye. He going to look like his mama. He is.
Oh my God.
Look just like his mama. That's the only thing he can look like. I can't think of anything else.
Oh my God.
Yep. Oh God. Oh,
you guys,
God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wiped my face. I'm going to get mascara off. Oh shit, that was funny.
Okay.
Jesus. I'm not going to be able to go on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. All right. I have to edit all that out.
Got it.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
We
Woo!
got it. We got this.
All right, we got it.
We got it together.
I just had such a visual of that. I just couldn't. All right.
You're going to look bad.
All right. All right. Pull it together.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, we got this.
Woo. So Nick and Alyssa console her. Alyssa's eyes are so red. I don't know what happened to her, but her eyes are so red. She is so devastated for her friend.
Yeah. Mm.
So, she's just like, I got to get in my car. So she gets in her car. I'm like, who locked up the store?
Exactly.
And they continue filming her running like out of her car, like it's the Blair Witch Project. Like,
They did.
yes. She slams the door. And Alyssa is like, I fucking hate Hunter. I can't believe this. Then Nick
And she didn't get her hair done either. And then
No.
she had to knock on her. She drove with her friend in the passenger seat.
Yes, and left her.
Ran and left her friend outside. Like, found your own way back home, bitch.
Yes.
Like, what?
This was wild.
It was.
And Nick comes over. He's followed in a second car, and he has like an overnight bag. He's got like a Louis Vuitton like big suitcase, and I guess he's like, "I'm here for the night, girl." Or he packed up his gear so he could help Alyssa fix her hair because he was like, "She just left you hanging."
Yeah. And I don't think she's in any condition to finish your hair tonight, or you're gonna look real fucked up.
He's like,
"You're gonna come out with bangs that you didn't want. You're gonna get the breakup haircut." So no.
Oh my God. So they sit on the couch and she's like, I just can't believe it. Like, I'm so devastated. And then she goes, and I don't want to hear that. I told you so. And they're looking at each other like, okay, don't say that.
I don't think they were going to say it tonight.
And Nick's like, who's the other girl? And she's like, I don't know who this other bitch is. I have no idea. And then she just like tells them to leave and it kicks everybody out. And, she also throws herself dramatically on her bed. Oh,
and she has some titties that were going to catch some tears as well.
I mean, true.
Yep.
So, the talking head Hunter goes, yeah, I broke up with Kaylee by saying I got back together with an ex rather than, my chick Katie actually set me up on a website so I could get money off of women. I just thought this was easier to say. Yeah, you're right.
It was the humane thing to do.
Right. That's right. That's right. Oh, okay. So now we see Kate is walking her dog, and I'm trying to decide if this pool is her pool and that is her whole house. Because first we thought it was a pool like within an apartment, but now I'm thinking this is her whole house and that is her pool.
You think so?
Yeah, because she posted some behind the scenes on her Instagram, and it does look like just like the pool that goes with your house, not with an apartment building.
Well, then that would go right along with what we've been saying is there's some money. I think her parents have set her up where she's got a house, she's got a nice car, and so she could just go be a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
And I think she's got like a husky group or something like that she does.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
And
she's
that's,
got a dog group and she's a yoga instructor and has a
yeah.
horse. Don't forget,
And
has a
she has
horse.
a horse.
Don't
Yes.
forget.
And when she rides her horse, she wears her hair extensions.
Right, with this so weird hair all the way down the back. It looks better that way, I guess, flowing. Yeah.
So they could be twins.
Yeah, I guess so. So she's outside walking her dog and she says, I haven't made a decision yet about what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I need time to process what exactly has happened here. And I hadn't talked to him in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he calls and goes, "Hey, babe, like, how you doing? Been a bit worried about us." And she says, well, continuing, to talk to that girl, it's going to be hard for you to prove anything you say to me is real.
Yep.
And he goes, "Okay, well, I'm not talking to that last girl anymore." And it was a bit hard for me, but I'm not talking to her anymore. So that's the wrong thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Okay, well, do you think I deserve that? Like, what kind of a man do you think I deserve?" He says, "Oh, I think you deserve the best. Like, you definitely don't deserve to be treated that way." And he goes, "I just need to know, like, are you still committed to me?" And she goes, "I don't know, because I don't know if I could trust you. I need to protect my heart." He goes, "I love you so much, baby. You have 1 minute. Beep. And then it's over." Okay. Talking head, she says, "I'm on my way to forgiveness, but he's not going to get away with it without some form of retribution."
I mean, and I'm with her there, but I'm like, you also rolled out the red carpet for this situation to happen.
What did you think was going to happen?
It's a man. Like, of course this was bound to happen. It's a fucking man.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course. So we get the black screen of death, okay? And it says 1 week before the season premiered, the trailer was released. We see Kaylee in her car watching the trailer, and she has her mouth just hanging open going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Go to commercial. We come back. We see her sitting in her car, and then we get another black screen of death that says 4 weeks after Hunter broke up with Kaylee, the first trailer for the season was released. Okay. So Hunter breaks up with Kaylee. It's been 4 weeks, and the trailer's released. She is saying to production, "Wait a minute now. So there's two of us. There's two of us on the show with him. We're dating the same guy. Are you fucking serious?" And then she starts bawling, crying. All right. So the talking head, she goes, "So wait. So there's no ex-girlfriend. There's this other chick. He's been playing both of us this whole time.
Yes. Yes.
And then she says, Kaylee says, "You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes."
Well,
but that's what Kate's lawyer said. That's what Kate's lawyer said.
Oh, I didn't clock that.
You didn't caught that?
No, clock.
I thought you said caught. I was like, is that like
No.
hitted?
No, I didn't clock that.
She said, Kaylee says, "You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes," which is what Kate's lawyer had said a couple of episodes ago. So
maybe Kaylee does Kate's lawyer's hair. And while he was in her chair one day, he just happened to say that phrase. That's where she got it from.
I don't think that's the case. But so the only explanation for this is that lawyer saying in his ascot and scarf and piano in the background.
Piano, yes.
The opera singer lawyer. The only way that makes sense is if that clip of that lawyer was
shown
trailer. That's the only way that makes sense.
Maybe.
Otherwise, this is a major fuck up in editing. Would mean she already saw the season.
I have a feeling if they were showing the trailer for the season, they would not have put that in there. That one little part with the lawyer saying that.
It would be the lawyer saying it to Kate. So it would have to be a quick clip of Kate sitting there with the lawyer. You know what I mean? So
and I don't feel like we saw that, like with the preview.
Yeah, but I never pay attention to the previews.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Maybe so.
But you do, because when we do Love is Blind, you're like, "Don't forget, in the mid-season trailer, we saw so-and-so in the gown." I was like, I forgot about that.
This I don't remember so much.
So Kaylee says, "So if he fucks with me, it's going to be the last thing he does." Okay, so now she's talking to production. She's in the car. And she is literally trying to sort this out in her mind.
Yeah.
And she goes like, I don't know. I watched that promo. I heard his stupid voice saying he hopes it didn't blow up in his face. Moron, idiot. What did he think was gonna happen? And then she's all like, bitch, fuck you, sugar mamas, what the fuck? She's like, he was lying to me the whole time. And we never even broke up. She's screaming.
Okay? And I feel like that was supposed to be the biggest part of the biggest scam. Is that production got scammed.
The production got scammed. That's the scam that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not that scandalous.
It's still not big of a scam. No.
And she says, yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't even break up. He told me we broke up. It was fake break for the camera, for drama for the show. Mm-hmm. He called me immediately afterwards. We've still been together the whole time. And, I did wonder in the back of my mind, could he be playing me? But I convinced myself otherwise. And right after we broke up, he reached out, said he loved me. It was all drama. I guess he is a criminal mastermind. He is where he belongs. What the fuck? I mean, she has.
Here's the thing, Haley. You're giving him way too much credit. He's not a criminal mastermind. His girlfriend actually is the one who set this all up because he's not smart enough to do it.
He would have never figured this out.
Never, ever.
And she goes, and I've still been sending him money. Probably more than $8,000 at this point for sure. And you know what else? He got his visitation back and I went to see him last Sunday. She's
lost it.
She is putting it together in real time.
Real time. Yes, she is.
And she's like, and we were like 2 kids in love. Nobody would have ever suspected a thing. I can't believe this. So in her talking head, she was like, yeah, I feel foolish. Mm-hmm. Like that's an understatement. And everything has been a waste. All this time has been a waste.
But she knew it. She felt it so many times. She said it. She questioned it.
Yeah.
That is called your intuition, young lady.
Go with it.
And you didn't listen. Mm-mm. No, you didn't. Even the fact when he broke up with her and called her back and said, hey, I did that for the show. Well, motherfucker, why didn't you tell me that before?
You should have told me that before when we weren't like next time we talk, I'm going to do this. So act real upset or whatever.
Yeah. So I think she got a little theater kid in her. I think she could have pulled it off.
And she goes, I guess he just planned to talk to me until it aired next week. And then he was going to ghost me. I don't know what he was planning.
He's going to do it a couple of weeks before the show started. But yeah,
so pretty much then that was the plan. She's like, I've been texting him. So I don't know if that means like through the prison system, the email or what. And he just wrote me and said, what the fuck? I just got out of class. Calm down. I'll call you. So he calls and she's like, everybody better be quiet in this car.
Because now she's a producer.
Right. And she goes, everybody be quiet. And he calls and she's like, hello. And then he hangs up immediately.
He knew. Well, you got to play it cool when you catch your guy. Yeah. You can't find out he's cheating and then message him 1,000 times because then he knows, oh, this bitch knows I've been cheating.
Yeah. You got to
play it cool.
Like, hey, babe, call me when you can. Yes.
You got to act totally normal. Yep.
Yeah. And she says, in the end, I'm just going to focus on myself and I'm never going to date another inmate ever. I just need to recenter and find myself and become bigger and stronger and more successful, even though I am already a baddie. And Hunter, if you're out there watching, fuck you and do not contact me. Then
I feel as though she would totally answer the phone if Hunter called her.
Now we have 2 stupid things that happen here.
Oh boy. Yes, we do.
Number one, I'm not even going to go into it because it was so stupid, which was Kate by the pool having a margarita with some dude named Enrique that was in her yoga class that she paid $50 to come sit by her pool.
Yes.
It's very 100%. Stupid. And by the way, she just like this is why I think she came from yoga class. She's clearly in like a workout bra. She's not even in a bathing suit.
Yeah, that was so fake. I'm like, she didn't just by chance meet this guy and like she paid him a little something.
She gave him
There's no way.
Because he's like, how many of those have you had? And she goes, just the one. And he goes, well, then I need to catch up. She just had one. What that was, you messed up your line, buddy.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, you messed up your line.
Yeah.
That was stupid. And then because we see him calling, going, how can you have a pool date? She's like, oh, I thought we had an open relationship. It was so stupid.
And she thought like it was the biggest flex ever.
Yeah,
No, the biggest flex ever would have been if he had called and you were fucking the guy and he heard that. Right. Not this situation right here. No.
And then in the talking head, he says, when I'm released, I'm going to focus on mine and Kate's relationship and hope I didn't do too much damage. Okay. In a second, we'll get to the next stupid thing. Okay. Closing cards. Jakima. Okay. Jakima still lives in Ohio, has no plans to leave. Donnie recently proposed to her and she said yes. After 6 months, she's still waiting to get back on that visitation list.
Just stupid.
His official release date is September of 2029. That is not 2 years from now. And that is also 4 years from now.
Yeah, because he's probably done something else.
Mm-hmm.
She posted a picture of her ring. Mary Payne, it's so small. It's so small that she had to make it blurry to make it look kind of bigger. And I think she made it blurry because it had turned part of her finger green. And she didn't want any of us to see that.
Well, maybe she went and dug up Kaylee's ring. Tia and Rob broke up a few days after filming ended. I would have liked to know why. I would have liked to know more, but that's all we got.
All we know is that he didn't hit at her.
He didn't hit her.
He didn't hit at her.
Well, I'm glad about that. He reconnected with an ex-girlfriend and moved to Miami. He's an aspiring model and actor.
Yeah. He really thinks that he is because I peeped his Instagram page. Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to learn to speak clearly if he's going to be an actor. He can't be like, oh, yeah, what are we talking about?
Girl, he could get a job. He's going to do 2B movies. He'd be all right.
Well, we saw him, what he's working with, because there is that, he was laying on his bed with. So he could maybe be.
He has a Pornhub. I mean,
Pornhub.
He have a future there. Yeah.
OnlyFans. Yeah. All right. So what was happening on his Instagram?
Just him trying to be a model. That's it.
Oh,
nothing.
Okay, well, he is attractive.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think he is like model.
Well,
maybe
he's like fitness model.
Fitness model. Yeah. But I don't think that's what he's going for.
Tia says Rob is pursuing her, but she's not interested.
No one believes that.
Sure, Jan.
Okay. All
right. Crystal is waiting on her parole hearing. Sam continues to work overtime to support her in prison.
Okay.
More information would have also been nice there.
Yeah.
MJ and Willie are engaged. Who? Huh? We don't care. You didn't give us anything to make us care about these people.
Not at all.
A warrant delayed Willie's release, but he will soon move to a halfway house. MJ has not spoken to Ami. Obviously. Okay.
We don't know where the halfway house is. Is it close to her?
State. Yes, we don't know. Is it in Arizona?
Nothing.
We don't
know. Nothing.
Savannah and Bradley will reunite on Love After Lockup. Kaylee purged some valuables. Her ring and her dildo. We didn't need to be reminded that she bought a Hunter-sized dildo.
Okay, but that was pretty damn funny because I was not expecting her to fling out that dildo while it's going boing, 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 and put it in the dirt. And
wait, what was it doing? What was it doing?
Boing, 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 boing. You know what? It would have been really fucking funny if Kate took her husky in that same area to go hiking and he dug that dildo up. That would have made the season.
Wow, this is exactly the size of Hunter's penis. How weird.
Yes.
Okay, Kate and Hunter are together, but Hunter still has other pen pals. Then we see Hunter saying he and Kaylee are still together and talk every day, and she still sends him money. And Kate knows. And then he goes, I mean, I haven't told her, but
He's so dumb.
I dropped some hints. And she says, if people are still stupid enough to send me money, then by all means, I'm definitely a user. Ha ha ha.
Hey, and what did I tell you? I totally will believe, and I think I missed that part because I don't even remember that. But I told you, I believe she would totally answer the phone if Hunter called, and clearly that's exactly what she did. And
I'm gonna look up Kate's Instagram really quick. Kate on that show. Okay. The last thing that she has is the pool scene, and that's when she posted it. That's when I was like, that looks like a backyard pool.
Okay.
And then she has the one of her, waiting on, let's see, bathroom mirror, putting in the work, and she's got like selfies in her bathroom mirror. Then she has a picture of her. I mean, it's a video of Taylor Swift. Look what you made me do.
Yes.
And it's her doing squats, and it says, "You're in his DMs, but I'm lifting in his hoodie. We are not the same."
Oh my gosh. They're both dumb. They might as well just be a threesome at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we've got going on. So I kind of think that they cut that in where he said, yes, I'm still talking to Kaylee. I think they cut that in like he broke up with her, but then like the next day he called her and they're still I think that's what that would make more sense. Okay. I don't think that after this breakup on the show where she buried the dildo and all that, I don't think after that he's still talking to Kaylee.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I have no idea.
Obviously. That would make way more sense. But then again, look who we're talking about.
And this is just the way they edited it to make it look like this. But I do think that we don't know who's on Love After Lockup yet other than Savannah and Bradley.
Well, we saw Joey.
Oh, Joe. That's right.
Guys. Joey, yes. I can't remember the other guy's name.
Is it Michael? Was it Michael?
I think so. Maybe.
He was so good looking, that guy. Yeah.
Those were the only two that I recognized. Everyone else looked new, but that wasn't enough couples, though.
No. So, yeah, I feel like I would not be surprised if Hunter and Kate were on this and then they bring Kaylee in for some drama,
Okay. All right.
Of course, what they tried to make us do at the end of this, Keisha, was make us think that Kate and Kaylee were sitting by the pool together.
Yes, that is exactly what everyone thought was going to happen. And it totally did not.
That would have been epic.
Yep.
If they both turned their back on him.
And they didn't do it. And they had all the power to do it.
They had all the power. But it says Kate and Hunter are still together. So he should technically be out, but maybe I should send her a DM since she let me follow her.
Yeah, and I don't think she's getting a whole bunch of DMs.
Okay, let's look. She has 603 followers.
Well, it went up from last week when it was like, you said it was like 398. Because we're like, because that's when she had it closed. I'm like, well, she's got her page closed now. So, okay, she went up.
Oh, wait. Okay, so Hunter's booth is that I'm following. That's Hunter, or maybe it's Hunter S booth, but there's nothing on there. I'm just trying to see who else is following her that is on my list. Bianca, Bianca Catherine. Now, Bianca Catherine's got about 8,700 followers. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
All right. Anyway,
for a very unlikable person.
Yeah. I should look up Kaylee. Have you ever seen her?
Yeah, and she's like feeling herself and all that.
Well, that's all right. Well, good. Maybe she'll find a Kaylee. Do you know her last name on here?
Is it Merchant? Like MARCHANT?
Okay, I'm looking at Kaylee Mar. MAR. Yep, there she is.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, she's got 1,300 followers. She's got practically double.
Oh, okay. Because she showed that dildo.
It's literally just a bunch of pictures of her in the mirror. It's like the same
picture.
That's
what I said. I'm like, she's just feeling herself.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow. Let's see.
Yeah.
Nobody follows her. All right. Everybody, Keisha's got a podcast. It's called The Libra Lounge with Keisha. And who are you taking down this week?
So there's a new show out right now.
Mhm.
Who did we take down? Oh, we took down Mama June's daughter, Pumpkin. We did that.
What does she do?
Taking people's money.
Yeah.
Shocker. The
Uh-huh.
spawn of June Shannon.
Mhm.
And who else did we? Yeah, who else did we talk about? I think did we do Kim and Croy? We did my 600-pound life recap.
Why are Kim and Croy still in the news? Like what's happening there? Why are we still
Because
talking about them?
now they're going to trial because they have
Oh,
exhausted. Yeah, they have exhausted mediation. So they're
okay.
going to trial for their divorce. Who else did we talk about?
Oh, well, when's that going to
I
be? Is it coming up or is it like set for
think it's
another
coming
year?
up. I think it's no. It's going to be this year. I think we talked
Well,
about Karen Huger a little bit. Sometimes I forget because I don't listen to my show. I forget what I
right.
talk about.
Did
Yeah.
you see when they did the preview for the reunion that Karen's going to like live from her living room or whatever? She's like bawling,
Yeah.
crying. Yeah.
So I also think I know what the big TJ secret is that he reveals to Happy Eddie.
Okay. I haven't watched the show in like 2 weeks. So what is it? Tell me.
So no, it was during the preview
Oh,
for the
okay.
reunion.
Okay.
And someone asked Stacey why wasn't TJ there? And Wendy's like, well, TJ and Happy Eddie just FaceTime and he told us this. And all the girls are like, oh! And then they're like, bring Eddie out. Bring Eddie out. And then
Okay.
Eddie like reveals what TJ says and they're like, what?
What is it?
I think I found out what it was. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah. Tell me.
It's a spoiler, and
I don't care.
I've seen it twice. Supposedly, TJ tells Eddie he's not there because Stacey's 2 payments behind from paying him to act like her boyfriend.
There is no way they will say that on the reunion.
Well,
If they do,
okay.
now that would be the biggest scandal ever. Take a note, Matt Sharp. That would be the biggest
word. That
would be the biggest scandal ever if somebody on this show admitted that they paid somebody to be their boyfriend.
Yeah, but
Kenya.
to me it clocks because look at the way that he is.
Oh,
He's totally using her. He's totally an actor.
Yeah.
I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Well, we'll see tonight when it comes on.
Is the reunion on tonight?
No, it's not. It's the season finale where they have all that dog shit at that. When they have all the dog shit at the fashion show for the animal shelter, and there's like a scene everyone's freaking out because the dog is shitting all over the floors.
Ew,
Yeah,
now you know what's.
You may want to skip that. Yeah.
I will not be watching that. I'm 2 behind, and now I'm 3 behind because I'm not going to.
And everyone's just like running. It's hilarious.
I'm not going to be watching that. No.
Oh, and Giselle's coming to Houston, and I got tickets to go see her.
With the podcast with she and Robin.
No, it's just her. She's doing 21 shady questions. And that's all I know about the show. I have no idea. I guess the audience is going to ask her questions. I don't know anything about the show, but it's just her. She's on tour.
That's weird that it wouldn't be like her and Robin promoting the podcast.
No, it's not about the podcast at all. It's just her doing her like one woman thing. Like literally, I know 0 details beyond that about the show.
Okay, well, that'll be fun. I mean, she's
Yeah.
at the very least, she's pretty to look at.
Yeah, I just want to look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, follow Keisha over there on Instagram and all the places. It's the Libra Lounge with Keisha. That's how you look it up. And please follow me at Pink Shade Pod. I want you guys to know that I'm about to up my social media game. Like I'm kicking it into high gear. My social media girl, I bumped up my level with her.
Okay.
And I told her, I was like, get ready because you're about to get more text messages from me than you ever wanted to in your life. I have so much stuff I have so much stuff on my phone that I record that this would be funny. This would be funny. I should do this. And then I never do it.
Okay.
But now I bumped up to the level where I can send her whatever I want anytime I want.
Ooh.
And so I told her, I was like, welcome to your worst nightmare. This is the worst day of your life. Sorry.
You see, your work ethic is like what Producer James wishes mine were, and it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I hope he doesn't hear this part of the show, even though he's so gonna listen to it. And then I'm gonna get well, did you hear what? No, I didn't hear what Mary Payne said. No, I didn't. I didn't hear shit.
You guys, if you love listening to me and Keisha, which everybody does, of course, we will be covering Love is Blind on Pink Shade Prime, but that's at the $10 level. That will start February 14th. That's a Friday. So all those episodes are going to drop on Netflix like at, I want to say it's 3 a.m. Eastern time. It's midnight Pacific time. All those episodes drop on February 14th. And guess what? At 3 a.m. Eastern time, all 6 episodes of this podcast will also drop so that the minute you watch an episode, you can come and listen. They'll be right there in your feed. $10 Pink Shade Prime link is in the show notes. Everybody loves it when we do it. We already have our first outfits we're going to be wearing for the first 6 episodes in honor of Valentine's Day. And that arrived today by Amazon. I need to go and check that out. Make sure it's up to our standards.
Okay.
And if you guys didn't know, last time, this is what we did for the weddings. We had fascinators for the British weddings.
Yes, we did.
And the reason it's right here is because I wore this on.
Oh, did you? You wore it again?
I wore it again. I did a live with Kimberly and Katie for the Traders. And we started talking about how on the Traders, everybody wears these outfits every day.
Yes.
And so we all put on hats.
Yes. Yeah. So producer James and I had a conversation about how extra I would be if I were on Traders. Like I would be the male version of Alan Cummings with the outfits.
You'd be Bob the drag queen.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down every single fucking day. New wig every day. Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to do it yourself. You're not allowed to bring, you have no glam. You have to do everything yourself.
You think I can't drag? Yes.
Well, I don't know.
Got it.
I can't. I can't do anything.
I
can barely dry my hair. All right, everybody, that's it. And again, we'll be back right here next week to talk about Love After Lockup, Criminal Story, or whatever the hell, Crime Story, whatever it's called. I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually. So
it'll be a nice change of pace.
It will be a nice change of pace. That's right. Yes. All right, Keisha, see you next week. Bye. Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.